What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Marketing with Nathan A. Webster podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and Réland here to chop it up with you today because we're focusing on lead generation part 3. It's episode 42, and we are focused. Really, I'm going to let my girl Ray take the reins because she is the lead gen queen for retargeting for paid ads. Again, part 3 of lead generation. What's up, Ray?
What is up? I'm so excited to be back. It's like now being at home. I'm just going to hang out here with you guys for the rest of your lives. You're welcome.
Yes, yo. So, y'all, did you not hear? I changed it up for you listeners all around the world because not only is she a guest, she's no longer a guest. She's just part of the. She's a part of the squad. So you're gonna hear from her so much more, and you can see so much more of her. And I can't wait because Ray is a unicorn. And now that she got, you can tell she got the merch. She's repping it, yo. Doesn't she look so beautiful?
Beautiful?
Yes, I was trying to enunciate that. Beautiful. Yes, right there. And look, I got your back. I
love it.
Boom. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, you're missing out. But make sure you check it out so you can see how we just going back and forth. But anyways, let's get to the...
We're so fun.
We are. And, you can get yours too, which is our podcast. No, I was say podcast. I'm still drinking my coffee. This is your podcast sponsor, NWLove.com to get your merch. So let us know if you want some of the BU merch, yo. So Ray, so the topic at hand, lead generation, part 3 for the listeners out there. What diamonds are you going to drop on them today?
Oh, the diamonds are going to be quite sparkly today. But originally we started with organic, how to initiate organic lead gen, what it looks like to build that. Then we took it into paid ads, what it looks like, where you should be. And if organic had gone well, you've now made the decision to pay for them. We've talked about those 2 forms of currency, but what we haven't spoken about is retargeting for those paid ads. So just a heads up, if you're listening to this, now would be a great time to push pause and go back, listen to the one before this, and then join us back here. Okay. We'll give everybody a second to run.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you said that because people think like, oh, I'm just going to listen here. You can, but it's like watching the Avengers Endgame when you haven't seen none of the stuff that happened prior to the, it might say your Marvel, but it's just like, it's like getting like having dinner first thing in the morning. Like you can, it's a little out of order.
You're just going to end up with more questions than answers.
There you go.
And we don't want that to happen to you. So my guess is those folks have already gone to part 2. And now for all of you who have listened to part 2, it is now time for part 3.
Yay!
So, woo! Part 3, retargeting. Retargeting is very, very important. And the reason it's important is once you've set up those initial ads and they're running, they're getting people onto your email list, they are running, and people are either choosing to engage or not engage. You have 2 buckets here, folks. Those who decided to sign up onto your email list, they follow your social, they visit your website, they've taken some type of action. You can actually start to send ads to those folks who have interacted with you. And that's what we call retargeting. Folks who have already said, hey, I'm kind of into what you do. And now I just want to learn a little bit more, or they need a reminder. The people, the best example of retargeting is this. How many times have you gone to shop for something online? Let's say Amazon, let's insert your favorite store here. And you're doing something very random somewhere else on the internet. And all of a sudden you see that same skirt popping up. That same item you were just looking at. That's retargeting marketing. And so
you're trying to tell me that, maybe not for skirts, but for me, if I'm looking at something online and then all of a sudden I see an ad like pop up, does that mean that's a retargeting ad?
If you were originally looking at it. So There are many ways to do this. I'm going to keep it simple for today's conversation and just refer to Facebook ads, though there are several ads. And when you're being randomly retargeted on the internet, it's generally due to Google. But there is Bing, there is Amazon ads. There's just all different types. But for today, in the 20 minutes that I have with everybody, we are going to speak directly to Facebook. So,
Oh, y'all get in for a treat because Facebook is one of the most hardest to figure out because they change their algorithms all the time. So Ray, you're so nice.
we're gonna oversimplify it for today, but you're right. They do change things way too often, and I feel like we could have a conversation like 3 times a week on what has changed today in the world of Facebook.
So so true, so true.
It's uncomfortable, actually. It's like, stop, just stay consistent. But it is, the algorithms are always learning, they're always growing, and that's why they're always changing, because they're adapting to what's happening within the universe of
Yeah,
Facebook.
and which is for a lot of folk, at least for me, I didn't realize that they want to be a media company more than like a social network company. So some of the changes, especially with video and then wanting to have so many users, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Facebook channel that pops up on the cable network before they actually put out their own. I mean, they already have some with their own TV shows, but some have fallen flat, just like the Oculus did, even though I purchased that for my son. But anyways, we're getting off the topic. So as I digress, go ahead, Ray.
Oh, they're also coming out with a kid's Instagram. We could talk about how uncomfortable that is. We're going to leave that shelved for another day.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. So looking at ads, everybody. When you're looking at retargeting, you need a couple things in place. You need to have a Facebook pixel on the pages that you are trying to retarget for. So I'm going to say this as a word of caution. Beforehand, I told all of you that you needed to send people to a legion that got them something free, trading them for their email. Now I'm going to tell you, you need to send them to a dedicated sales page and not just your web page. And the reason being is humans have a tendency when presented with too many options to not choose. And when they don't choose, then they do nothing. And that is your dollars going down a drain disposal and being chopped up to micro pieces that you cannot tape that back together. And therefore, you just threw away your money. Okay. Like just, okay, there goes your money.
It's like if you're buying fireworks, you want to see more than one bang. And this retargeting is that you have more than one opportunity, which is why there is a strategy, because yes, you get them over to your website. That's awesome. Now there's a cookie in place to say like this person has claim, unless you said, no, you don't want to collect cookies. I know Google said they're going away from that, but you do have another opportunity to present something from your. I'm sorry, Ray. Go ahead. Keep
No,
going.
you're fine. You're filling in all the blanks for me. So those cookies are pixels and things of that nature. They're not something yummy. They're not something that's going to give you a virus. They're just collecting your information.
Yeah, they've been doing it for decades, so this is not anything new. Or don't be scared. Don't say Big Brother's watching. This is majority how you made your decisions of how you purchase things for almost your whole life.
Yeah, nothing's changed. You just now have visibility to it. Congratulations.
Yay. Yeah, even though
So
you haven't read all the legal documentation.
yeah, exactly. And everybody, in order to have a pixel, has to have a privacy notice on their website. So if you are concerned about it, you can go read their privacy notice. So if you're setting these up, you need a pixel and you need a privacy notice. Fun fact, they have to live. You cannot have a pixel without a privacy notice. You can have a privacy notice without a pixel, but not the other way around. So when we're looking at that and we're going through what does it look like to retarget, you have to have a pixel on the page that you're wanting to retarget people for. And what I would suggest for your website is to have a pixel on every single page if that's where you're going to direct traffic. But you did hear me say that's probably not the best place to direct traffic because there's too many options. And because there's too many options, that is why you see things such as sales pages. So sales pages can be made on a variety of platforms. They can be used so you can collect money. There's so many things. I could talk about sales pages for over an hour. Looking at some of those companies, you can build a sales page on what is that monkey email marketing system? MailChimp. There's too many things with monkeys in them, and it makes me really, really like weirded out because I just said Survey Monkey. So MailChimp, everybody, you can make them on there. They're not really that great, and they're not very beautiful, and they probably don't convert very well. You can make them on ClickFunnels. I have my own personal feelings about ClickFunnels, but it does work. People do have great conversions. Use it at your own risk. My favorite is FG Funnels. I just like it because there's a lot of things going on in it that you can do, manage CRMs, like the whole 9 yards. It replaces a lot of things, but their funnels are just absolutely stunning. And I would lie to you if I said that pretty things don't convert, because it does help. So
True.
And not everybody wants to read a massive text. So there are certain things that go into sales funnels that do help your ads convert stronger into sales, but that's not what we're talking about today. The number one goal is that you have a pixel on that sales page to remind people that, hey, you want this one thing that I wanted you to purchase. So, because maybe
Ray, if you can just distill it just a bit, because you have folks that got products and some have services. So let's just say for, I think last time you focused on the paid, and part 2 for paid on services. Let's just say someone has, let's see, the best of both worlds is, say, a food, and they have, maybe it's a food truck and they doing some delivery. Can you provide an example for that of putting retargeting on Facebook for what that will look like?
So they have a special case in this scenario. If you are a food truck, which means you are food and service, a product and a service, you're going to set up those retargeted ads at the times that you are open, because the number one thing you wouldn't want to happen is for them to run at 2 a.m. and you're not open at 2 a.m.
And a Facebook boost don't allow you to do that.
Yeah. So when you're looking at that, being very mindful in your retargeting, to just pay attention to the times you want them to run, because every ad is a bid for space, and the more money you put into it, the more time you get put out. You literally are bidding on your time. And so if you are a business that is food, you want to make sure that it's running at times that you are open, not at times where you're closed, because unless you're Taco Bell and it's fourth meal, it ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, and for a restaurant, for those that maybe really don't understand the whole bidding thing, if you know that you have a time, like you are doing happy hour and you want people to show up at 2:00 to have a strong segue into dinner, the best time for you to place those bids is from, say, 11, potentially maybe even 10, as early as 10, to what you, because it's really on what you can afford. 10 to about 2, stop your ads, I will say, at 2. But you want to put as much money as you can from those hours to outbid, which means you want to be in the line first when your ad comes up to say, okay, they put more money for this. So they say that they have $20 they're going to spend for these 4 hours. So it's let's just say $5 an hour, when someone had only put down $5 for 6 hours throughout 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. So you got to get to the front of the line. So, when we say bid, don't be intimidated by that jargon.
Yeah. And you're not going to go in there and have to hold up a number. It's just they're prioritizing whoever puts the most money out first.
Yeah. I know a lot of people get confused, so I just want to break that down if we can, and I'm sure, we probably needed to do a podcast on bids. Yeah.
Yeah. How to bid for your ads 101, everybody. But looking at that, so you've gone through, and we've put pixels on, we put up privacy, we've put together our sales page, and yes, food places, you can have a sales page too, just literally talking about your number one item that's on that menu. Then people will be like, well, where's the rest of the menu? And they'll look and they'll have that ability, but you want to take them straight to the order page to be like, what do you want for lunch today?
Right.
Great. It'll be delivered in 30 minutes.
Don't send them to our About Us page.
Do not send anybody to your About Us page because there's no call to action. And exactly what were you paying for?
People do that though. They want to say, "Well, I want them
know.
to know I'm the one in charge. It's my restaurant."
Hey guys, I love all of you very dearly. Nobody cares.
Mm.
And that might hurt. That might be like, but I built it. Yes, I know, but it ain't about you. It's about the person on the other end of the computer. It is about giving to them. And what they want if you're a restaurant is food.
Réland, you just went into the last episode. You're not the customer. Yeah. Ooh, go ahead, girl. Dropping them diamonds.
But I'm just saying, like, they want food. They don't care. They might care after they've been eating, but they don't care.
That's right. You going back to your point for those listeners out there that are like, well, I like having my ad all day. Well, after they ate and they see your ad again, you just wasted someone that might, they're not going to, they might see it, but they're not going to click on it. You want to put it in places where people are going to see it and click on it.
Yeah, that is the goal, is to get people to take an action, not to see something, but to take an action, especially once we hit retargeting. In the beginning, at the top of that funnel, yes, we want to give them something for free because we want their email, because we want to remind them that we exist constantly for free. Okay. Like nobody wants to keep spending those dollars, but you can retarget to your email list. You can pop all those emails in, and those are the people that they will send ads to, as long as their email address matches the email that they have on file for Facebook. That there's a caveat to that, heads up. You can target everybody who follows you, and you can target the people who visit your website because of that pixel. So those are 3 ways that you can retarget people when we go back to like looking at what retargeting looks like from an ads perspective. Now, we have only a few more minutes to talk about retargeting, remarketing. They are one and the same. When we look at, okay, we have taken the steps to remarket to those folks who have come and engaged with us in some shape or form, whether that was through email, whether that was through social, whether that was through our website. And now we have those people we want to convert. They keep interacting with us, but they haven't done anything. Mm-hmm. And so when we look at they haven't done anything, this is when we're going to give them some kind of special offer for whatever it is, but we're going to put a time on it. So we're going to say, hey, you've gone and you have checked out Tuesday Taco Haven 1 trillion times. And you still haven't bought anything, and we don't know why. So you know what? Today, here's a coupon for 25% off. Because our number one goal.
That's a strategy.
That's a strategy. Number one goal is to get them to do what? Purchase tacos.
Yes. Give me tacos.
So that is why when we look at this and we're like, but I want them to know about me. Cool. They'll do their research if they want to know about you. I promise you. Don't pay for them to do their research. You paid when you got them onto your lead gen list. That was the only time you were paying for free. When we talk about the next 2 steps of remarketing, you're not paying them to trade for an email address. At this point, you are paying to say, I want you to give me money back to pay for these ads.
Preach. Please preach that.
So as much as my heart like hears you and is like, oh, to my website, I want them to know all about me. If you take nothing else away from this, it's not about you. It's about making money, and it's about getting them what they need. And people are only going to give you money if they need or want something.
And in a restaurant, I don't ever see anyone walk in and out to say I'm browsing.
Never.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I've never seen that.
If I'm browsing,
I'll drive around the food truck area, but I'm not getting out and just say, what do you have today? I'm just, nah, I'm not gonna waste my time.
I mean, okay, to that point, yes, I kind of browse. I will get out. I will walk around all the food trucks and then I will make a decision out of what's there. But if
And
I got
like,
out of the car, I'm eating. End of story. Like,
right.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So I think that sometimes we just have to shift our mindset of like, how are we serving folks and how do those ads serve folks? Because, yes, selfishly, we all want more money, but unselfishly, by having more money, we have the ability to serve more people. If you can switch your mindset to that by having more money, I am able to serve more people, then it makes it very easy to run ads. It makes it very easy to spend that money to run ads because it's no longer about you.
Mm. And I will just say, let me throw in one more example. That it's not retargeting but it is retargeting. I mean, I ask you, what do you call those things, Ray, in the Amazon platform that say people have also purchased? I would,
Oh
it's a
my gosh,
carousel, um, but it's almost like they are, especially when it's sponsored. Those are ads,
mm-hmm.
and it's, I think, their own version of retargeting because they said, because you also clicked on this, you also like
You
this.
might like.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
dun, dun. I
Hmm.
don't know what that special name is for those, to be 100% honest. I'm pretty positive there's a special name.
I've only been ran a couple of ads on Amazon, not for us, but for a couple other folks, and that was years ago. So I'm not quite up to speed, up to date on Amazon ads.
Yeah, I've only ever had to run ads on Amazon once.
Mm,
It's not a, I feel like it's a newer platform for like running ads. Like you, not as in like it's been around for a minute, everybody, but it's
yeah,
like one that people don't think to go to for running ads.
yeah, but they're a beast. I think
Yeah.
they made over $1 billion in ads a few
Oh,
years ago.
Amazon owns the internet and people don't ever realize that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are they are knocking on the door of monopoly and needs to be broken up. But
And
you know what? Again, guys, another day.
another day, we'll talk about how they're not promising Prime on 2-day delivery anymore. But that'll be another day. That'd be another day.
Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you just saw the world's best face and my reaction on don't take away my prime. The end. Very last thing though, guys, when it looks to how do you break up your dollars for this? You're going to want to take 55% of that goes to lead gen. So that very top, everything we talked about in part 2. Then for the second part of just retargeting, letting people know that you exist, you're going to want to spend about 30%, 25% of your budget. So anywhere between 25 and 30. Then the remaining amount goes to the last party of just making conversions happen. And that's where you're offering that 10% off, 25% off, whatever that is, because we know those people are just second guessing and you're just trying to put that like final push to say, hey, you need this. Like, I don't know why you haven't bought it full price yet, but hey, I'll give you some money off. And by doing that, you're strategically using your money because there's always going to be more people at the top and less people at the bottom. And you want the money to reflect that. And that is part 3.
Now that I think about it, it wasn't as a clear cut like XYZ. So y'all, as a marketing, man, I really need some more coffee. As a marketing agency, we see, this is the thing. This, you're actually being brought into the energy Ray brings when she comes onto the show. We just have I enjoy Ray so much. As you can look at her face, she just we have so much fun. So this is me like not being as serious, and so I'm just having more fun than serious. But we about to do the do anyway. So hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. So as a marketing agency, we're focused on helping your business improve your repeat business, which is part of the retargeting, and monetizing your digital channels and amplifying your brand. And so if you haven't figured that out, come holler at us, because it's not just NW Nathan Webster and not Northwest. Is Nathan Webster and Associates, and Ray is one of our associates. So you get a chance to work with her. So if you need to break it down specifically to you, customize it to your brand, make it work for how you need to make it work for your avatar, your clientele, your customer, your geographic location, for whatever that demographic is, then you need to give us a call at 360-208-7493. Or if you don't want to make a phone call, you want to send an email, it's info@nwebsterllc.com. Or you can just find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, since we just talked about Facebook, it's all in Webster LLC, and Instagram, because I just created an Instagram page last week, 2 weeks ago. So come holler at us. Oh, yes. Yeah. So yes, Ray, it is going down. So y'all, if you haven't already, subscribe to the show. Ray's going to be on here much more. I can't wait for her to continue to drop bombs. But as this was a part 3 for lead generation, it is a strategy. So don't think you can microwave or just try to like hodgepodge it. It's not going to work to your advantage, because you're looking at one, organic traffic, making sure that you are hitting the bullseye. And for paid traffic, don't waste your money. You can. It's like, watching money go up in smoke. But, if you're going to pay for fireworks, you want the big booms, not the one that don't even go above your kneecap. So, I mean, it's up to you. Maybe you like the little tanks or sparklers, that's cool too.
All I'm thinking is, do you want fireworks for toddlers or do you want fireworks for adults?
But sometimes people don't get it. It's like, we're talking marketing, because usually marketing is the last thing people consider to why they don't have business.
It actually makes me laugh. It's the first thing you need. The very first thing you need, no matter what, is sales and marketing.
Yeah, you have to pay the bills, and branding's not selling and selling's not branding. And even though they both have a marketing component, you're going to need a strategy in place to pay the bills that you just pay to start your business, to open up that email account for your computer, all those expenses. You got to pay the bills, and you can only do that with customers.
It's very true. Without money, you don't have a business. Have a nice day.
All right, Ray. For your specific channels, though, where can they find you at?
Oh, you know what? The very, very best channel that you can find this lovely lady at is my Facebook group. I have a Facebook group called the Pineapple Social Tribe. You can also just go to www.pineappletribe.co/FB group. Get you there. Just have a lot of like free tips and tricks throughout the week, as well as I give feedback on the content that you're creating so that you have the ability to excel in your business. I don't believe in social media as a means of just like take a picture and get likes. I believe in social media is created to make money. So if you want to take the time suck out of social media and have a scroll stopping moneymaker, you can call your girl or just find me on Facebook.
The bottom line, you mean you're on social media to make money, right?
Money.
Not friends?
I have friends. I'm really good at making them. I go on social media to make money.
Ooh, that's another podcast right there. Woo. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening to the show. I really do hope you had a good time listening to us go back and forth. But we got Mo. So if you want any more of our goodness, playful banter, and you want some specific banter, hit us up at info@nwebsterllc.com. If you haven't already, downloaded and subscribe to our show, please do so, and we will love to give you more. And so until next time, thanks for listening or watching. Until then, dream big and Godspeed.